Hey, it's Corpsy. We are behind the scenes having finished our cover shoot for Girls and Corpses magazine. Unbelievable shoot with some iconic people. One of the people I'm sitting next to is Michael Berryman, one of my favorite actors, going back for, I don't know, it was like 100 movies you've been in. Let's count them all.
Go about a decade.
About a decade.
A few decades.
When did you start working as an actor? I mean, how many years have you been
Well, as a little kid, I was an actor in the sense that I couldn't keep my nose out of trouble and I'd always tell people what I thought. But as a working actor, I was discovered by George Powell in Venice Beach at a little gift shop that I had in 1974. And he said, "Would you please be in my movie, Doc Savage?" I go, "Yes." And I says, "Are you really?" And he hands me a card. I go, "Wow, you did War of the Worlds, George." Long story short, got me my SAG card, worked 2 days with Ron Ely on Man of Bronze, and then I got a call from his casting director to do One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. So that was my second gig. I worked.
Wow.
Yeah.
With Nicholson. So you got your
Thrown right into the fire.
Yeah, that's a fantastic start for you. Which movie do you think you're most known for?
Probably The Hills Have Ice, because I had a nice Wes and Peter gave me the cover, you know, the artwork, and also it was my third film, so I had a chance to create a character more fully, and we just kind of let it all hang out.
You were starting to tell me about when you were born, having some. Actually, it's kind of like The Hills Have Eyes. Actually, your story. Can you just tell us a little bit about that?
Sure. My father was John Sloan Berryman. If you're ever in Culver City, there's Berryman Avenue named after his father. But my dad was a neurologist. He got sent on a secret mission to Nagasaki and Hiroshima. He was in the Navy. He was a surgeon. And I have the letters he wrote to my mom saying, "When I get home, baby, we're making it. We're having a kid." Well, he was a good boy. He came home, and guess what? He was nuked, and I was the result. I was premature birth. I had to have a craniectomy. I can't perspire, dissipate body heat. This part of my face is underdeveloped. I don't have fingernails, hair, had no teeth. At least the brain was good. My dad said, "You know, when you had your craniectomy, I looked and I saw you have a good brain. You should get better grades." So I'm basically a nuclear baby.
But you do prove that being specific as an actor can really help, because you have become iconic from how you look, and also because some of these movies, they have you being a scary character. The funny thing is, you're such a nice guy in person, and I found that a lot of guys that play horrific people, like Sid Haig and Billy Moseley, Lawrence Harvey, they're all sweet guys.
Absolutely true. I used to have breakfast with Sarah Karloff at some of the conventions, and she would say the same thing about her father, and it's very much a truism. For me, it helped me work a lot of personal stuff out. Being teased as a kid, I had the joy of meeting Paul Newman when I was working with Brandon Lee on The Crow, and he got me involved with the Bogey Creek Gang. So philanthropy and humanity becomes very much available to do your day-to-day efforts with, and that's one of the joys of our industry. And to play against type is very joyful. When I had a chance to do the X-Files, at first they think I'm the scary guy, but I'm really a guardian angel. I get to have a heroic finish and death, which was the last time I ever had to audition. I told Chris Carter, I go, "I'm the guy you want, and I want to show you right here, right now." And I was wearing a Silver Surfer tie because it was Silver Surfer. and I knocked it out of the park, and he goes, "One request." I go, "Yes." "When you exit the lobby, don't let anybody know you got the part, because I want to interview." I go, "You got it." I barely made it out without jumping and doing a cartwheel, but I'm always gracious, and I always say on interviews, "Thank you, George," because he's the guy that gave me my shot.
Yeah,
I could have been a major alcoholic or drug addict just from the depression of dealing with social ills and having issues. So I work with a lot of kids with disabilities, emotional situations. Anywhere you can make a difference is a good thing to do.
It's who you are inside, really,
Yes.
as a person, because in LA, I'll talk to somebody and go, "God, I'm just having the worst day. It's the worst day. What happened?" I broke a fingernail and it's got infected. I'm like, you don't, the levels of what people have had to deal with. But sometimes, exterior beauty some of these people, I mean, without naming names, I know like girls that are gorgeous, they're like suicidal, and you can't understand it because it's what's in your head. But it actually, you know, you have this particular look, and you've been able to work with that and have a wonderful, successful, fun life. You go, you know, I mean, it's funny. I do Girls and Corpses magazine. I have more fun. I do a magazine about death. My life is so exciting. But it's interesting, you know, the perception of that.
Yes.
Now, I've met you at many conventions. You do them all around the world. And it's interesting that there's a subgenre of people that are actors that have played horror movies, specifically where I go, like the Sid Haigs. And we're here with Butch Patrick today, who you've known for years, who played Eddie Munster. And he makes a very nice... Actually, I know with Sid, he makes more money doing shows than he's ever made as an actor.
It's true. I love my fans. I actually get fan mail all the time, and I answer all my fan mail myself personally. And one day I went to the mailbox to see if I had a residual. It's royalty checks because I hadn't been working. It was slow in LA, and nothing. Bills. Oh, a letter. Open it up. A penny falls out. Taped to it says "Lucky Penny." Then there was a little caricature of me about this big from my. It said me holding my name, Michael Berryman. It was a refrigerator magnet made by two ladies who were retired school teachers that taught art, and they lived in Atlanta, Georgia. And the letter said, "This is for you. We're retired school teachers. We're going to have eye surgery."
Welcome to LA. That's your flight. You
Clear
just
for
missed it.
landing in Burbank.
And you live in Washington, by the way.
That's right.
Too. You flew down here for Girls and Corpses magazine.
That's
We're very
right.
impressed by that.
So these ladies said, "We would like to have an autographed picture before we might lose our sight. We're having ocular surgery." And I felt like, what am I crying about?
Yeah.
Oh, I felt terrible.
Sure.
I went and I got a bunch of really cool stuff. I made copies of call sheets and all
Yeah.
kinds of cool stuff. I blacked out the phone numbers, of course. I'm a professional. And I called information. Please tell me that you have a phone number for this address. They did. I called them up. We became very good friends. The surgeries went fine. And I said, "I want to thank you because you helped me pull my head out of my ass." Can I say pull my head out of my ass? Thank you.
Yes.
And
With us, you can say whatever you want.
so, my friends, my point is, you can be having a bad day, but there's always somebody having something worse. So, if you're gonna play your cello,
Yeah, go over there.
make it a real event that is worth.
Well, if you can wake up, you can put your feet on the ground, you can take a deep breath, you can see the world around you. All these things are things a lot of people don't have. But, you know, it's been such a pleasure working with you, finally. And we had fun on this shoot.
I had a
It was
blast.
Great, man. It was a lot of fun. Goof. Girls and Corpses.
Girls and
man.
Corpses, man. It's a good zine.
Now, where can we have people look you up online? Is it just
I'm on Facebook,
Michael Berryman, Berryman?
and there'll be a little picture of me from below zero, gunner. I'm maxed out on friends. I've got over 5,000. They don't let you have any more than that, but you can always send a message, and I respond. I post really positive stuff on my feed. Just stuff to uplift your day and make it a little better, because I think that's what's important. And our kids need a happy future. So be lazy. It only takes 3 muscles to smile. It takes 27 to frown.
You heard it from Michael Berryman. Once again, it's a pleasure. You're making us smile. Thanks, buddy. All right, more Girls and Corpses, EMM Report. Stay tuned.